One of the most powerful lessons I ever learned came from an unlikely place, a classic tale. When the Wicked Witch of the West says, "You have no power here," that line stuck with me because it's true. You have no power trying to control something that was never yours to hold. But in your own territory, in the space where your spirit belongs, you have every ounce of power you'll ever need. That's your domain. That's where you rise. If you take care of that, if you truly lean into who you were born to be, the blessings that follow, oh, they're beyond what you could imagine. But ask yourself this: what are you resisting? What are you pushing away? What are you trying so hard to control, to fix, to force, when maybe all you needed to do was let go? You keep trying to mold yourself into who you think you should be instead of stepping fully into the dream that already exists for you. It's there, waiting, patient, and ready. And the moment you shift, not tomorrow, not someday, but in an instant, when you truly see yourself as who you were created to be, everything begins to change. I've known struggle. After I stepped away from the show that defined so much of my life, I had to make a decision. I had to trust that there was more for me. I wasn't going to hold on to what was, no matter how golden it seemed. So I dreamed again. I imagined a network, a new kind of space. And at first it was hard. Honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I thought the audience would just come along for the ride, but they didn't. Some didn't even have access to the network. And when things didn't go right, I didn't have the luxury of failing in silence. My missteps made headlines, but I kept climbing. And along that climb, there were people who stood with me, people who said, "We believe in this." I'll never forget them. And one of those people was Tyler Perry. He came to me, said he wanted to help, and help he did. Tyler can write, produce, direct, and shoot something faster and cheaper than most people can even plan a meeting. So we started creating The Haves and the Have-Nots, Love Thy Neighbor, and so many others. And that gave me the courage to dream even bigger. I started imagining scripted television that didn't follow the rules because I'd already been told it couldn't be done. Not enough resources, not enough backing. But I read something that stayed with me. Those who trust in riches will fall, but the righteous will thrive like a green leaf. So I held on to that because thriving isn't about having more, it's about becoming more. And when you believe that, when you live it, you unlock something unstoppable. There's a dream out there, vast and waiting, tailored just for you. It's not hiding. It's not playing games. It's simply waiting for the moment you decide you're ready to walk into it. The moment you realize that the energy you pour into the world shapes the very path beneath your feet. I remember when it clicked for me. That revelation that nothing I'm doing is really new. It's already been done. What changes everything is the energy behind it, the spirit I bring into it. That realization turned my world upside down. I had to get serious, laser focused on what I was actually putting out there. Because that was what was boomeranging right back to me. Back in the late 80s, I picked up a book, Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukav. And in that book, he breaks down something that felt like truth deep in my bones. That everything begins with intention. That before a single word is spoken, before any action is taken, there's an intention behind it. And that intention, it carries the weight. It's the silent architect behind every outcome. That's why two people can be in the exact same place, at the exact same time, doing the exact same thing, but walk away with completely different results. One person might give with the purest heart, with a spirit of service. Another might do it just for the applause, for show, and the universe. It listens closely. It listens to the why, not the what. Once I got that, really got it, everything changed. I sat down with my team and said no more. No more giving the spotlight to conflict just for ratings. No more bringing on people who tear each other down for entertainment. From that moment on, everything we did would be rooted in intention. Television, yes, but purposeful television. Every story, every segment would have to lift someone up, or we wouldn't do it at all. It became bigger than me. My work, my life. It wasn't just about fulfilling some personal goal. It was about rising to meet the highest vision that had been whispered into me since I took my first breath. I began to ask a new question, one that changed everything. Not what do I want, but what does the Creator want for me? What dream does the universe have for me? Because when you lean into that, when you stop chasing and start aligning, everything shifts. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. No one, nothing can block what's meant for you when you're walking in that kind of truth. Every single day before the cameras rolled, I'd gather the team and I'd ask, what's your intention? Because the energy you bring doesn't just shape your work, it shapes your world. How do we take this moment, this platform, this very experience, and shape it into something that truly serves? Something that uplifts, inspires, enlightens, and entertains all at once? If it doesn't speak to that purpose, I simply can't be a part of it. Because there's something bigger, something greater, that's already out there for you, just waiting for you to catch up to it. Your life isn't small. It was never meant to be. But too often we get distracted, caught up in the illusion of wanting someone else's journey, someone else's blessings. And in doing that, we forget just how magnificent, how carefully crafted, how deeply intentional our own existence is. Before you ever took your first breath, long before your ancestors even dreamed of you, the very force that created galaxies dreamed you too. You were imagined by something greater, something divine, something so wise it knew exactly how to make you. You with all your quirks, your power, your brilliance. And yet we give away that power chasing shadows in someone else's light. We step out of our own lane, forgetting we were always meant to lead in it. You don't get glory pretending to be someone else. You don't get peace when you're caught in someone else's race.